Hi guys, today we're going to teach a class telling you right here on Practice Strokes how to use floating medium. This is folk art floating medium. And when do I need to pick it up and add it to my paint as I'm painting strokes and flowers and different things. And I had one of the things is I concentrated last week, if you want to go look at that, on how to float around flowers and petals and leaves and how to choose colors. So I'm going to use my double loader today. I'm going to use a 3/4 inch flat brush, and I want you to notice, and I'm on paper, which if I'm on canvas, it's kind of the same thing, but on canvas, you're on already base coated canvas. All right. So you will move smoother because when they're base coated, I just want you to see that our multi-surface paint is satin and it has a sealer inside. So that means I can paint on glass, metal, ceramic, all kinds of surfaces, all right? And so if I have a background all base coated with one of my paints with a background, all I have to do is, as I'm stroking, it's going to go smoother. And if I don't like something after the background's dry, I can just wipe it off and then restroke, okay? Or I can pick up more paint and stroke again, right? So let me show you what we're going to do. I'm going to take a dampened brush. I dampen it, lay it on the paper towel, and then I'm going to pick up back and forth my acrylic color. I split the brush, and then I'm going to come over here and work it in. Now, when I say work it in, people go and start stroking just like that. All right. And that's not good. All right. So you want to work it, work it, work it, work it, work it, work it. Because I want to blend. I could even pick up more. I want to blend from magenta to white with pink in there. So I would go 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, and blend it. And then I'm going to come around. Okay. So I'm going to lift this up a little bit so we can not see there we go. All right, so now I don't have to pick up pink every time, but I would pick up white, work it in, and right then I need medium. So I dip and I work it in. Now I'm going to come right in here, and then it moves very smoothly for me. All right, so I can dip white again. I don't need medium this time. Put too much medium, it will be too see-through, too muddy. Okay, but this is helping me go very smooth. And when it comes back over that petal, you see the white. All right, so dip white again. Let's see how this works, because sometimes you do need medium that time, but see how nice and smooth that's going? So I'm okay. All right, so about now, I might dip pink and dip white and work it in again. But then I've got to work it, work it, work it. So I need a little bit more pink, magenta. All right, and I can try it. It's kind of pasty. So that's when I would say, okay, let's dip it lightly, work it in, and then what happens is it just glides now. Okay, has a nice glide. Now that doesn't look like it's really nice coverage here. So I can come right here and stroke over it. Anything you don't like, go pick up more paint and stroke back over it. Okay? Now what we want to do is we're going to put some layers in here. All right, so if I'm in doubt, I'm just going to pick this up and try. See if we've got a nice blend on the brush. You're looking at the brush more than that. All right, so now I'm going to come in here and let's do another layer. Now, your eyes should be looking at that outer petal. Pick up some more white, work it in, because the medium and everything's still in here already. And see, I'm losing the color there, but that might be a little bit okay right now. Okay, Right here, you can paint just from that sometimes, guys. All right. So now every once in a while you can go back to both, but then you have to really work it, work it, work it. This is where people aren't getting it blended well. All right. Now at this point I need medium, but then I can paint with that for a couple of strokes. See how good the white is? But it blends. Okay. Now I can just pounce the center in there. All right. So now I can come right over here and pick up, let's say 2/3 magenta, 1/3 white. And I can come right here. You notice I didn't have to take the pink out. It's a complementary color. It doesn't hurt it that it's in there. And I'm going to blend, 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 blend. Work it in, I mean. Then I can dip just slightly. All right. So let's say we're going to do a lily petal maybe. Oops. All right, I'm going to come right back here to this white again. To a point, reverse direction, slide back down. Now I have two options. I can just dip a little bit of medium and work it in and see if that makes it flow and still have color. I still have some color there. But I think if I tried to use that again, it would be pushing it. But this is what I'm seeing you guys do. I'm seeing you go to your basin, wash it all out, and then come and reload it again, and then start over. And what, from doing private lessons with so many of you, and I watch how you're doing it, I'm able to see, oh, this is what you're doing. All right. So look, then I can come right here, come up to a point, pull back down and roll it. All right, so I can go wet on wet. That's what one stroke painting is. Wet on wet. Dip just the white. And we're going to slide and slide back. A little bit of medium. Now, sometimes this is the other trick when you're working. All right. You might be stroking and it's dry, 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 and you're looking at that brush and going, there is so much paint on this brush. That makes no sense. Have you ever said that? Let's add some Prussian blue. Okay, and let's add some white. And so as I'm painting, I'm thinking, I'm good. I'm good. See if I can make it act up right here. See, I'm not going for medium yet. Right here. See, I'm getting that deep, rich color without coming back and floating it in there. All right. So I didn't get any dry yet, so I'm going to keep trying. All right. So I'm just picking up white. Maybe when I do the leaves, you'll see that. All right. It's not getting dry. So maybe I will with the leaves. Okay. All right. So I'm going to wash this brush. All right. And I'm going to pick up, oh, I should have had this green over here. Okay. And then I'm going to go in between the two greens and work those in. By the way, this palette, I can put my lid on it and this paint will last for a couple of weeks so that you don't see, I didn't want to waste what I already had in here and I didn't use yesterday. All right, so look, then I can grab some white even because I had too much of that green when I moved it over. Okay, so when I come in here and I make a little few strokes here and then I turned it and make it come down. All right, then watch. I'm going to chisel, flat, Now, still okay. I'm trying to get it not to work. All right, so I'm going to come up here, chisel flat, over, and stand up. We're still good. Usually on all of these upper strokes, I need to have some medium in there. So I'm going to go again, and I'm going to come up here. This probably will hit it here. Chisel, lay to the side, chisel, lay to the side, chisel. Okay, so there I'm seeing through it. There I'm dry. And I still, look how much paint's on there. Lots of paint. All right. So sometimes I'm coming here, I got lots of paint. Sometimes I need to just dip, not the whole brush. Trying to show you the right thing. All right. I've got all this. That's how I was before I picked a medium by accident. So I have all that. Sometimes all I need is just one or the other corner. When you're going, there is so much paint. Why is that whole edge of that leaf not working? You know, if I'm here and I come back over here and I'm trying to make the leaf and look how dry, that whole dry edge. I'm just going to take just that edge into medium, one dip. Go like that. And then look, as I come back around now, it goes really smooth to the tip. So I just re-stroke over it. All right. Now, up here, when I was on here, it's the green, the dark green, the thicket. So I'm just going, I've got plenty. I'm going to dip just the thicket corner in the medium, flatten it, thicket. Sorry, I'm not getting in any when I pick it up. All right, so then I can start back here and it will go really smooth. Like, guess what I want it to be like when you're working? You might have heard me say this if you've been around a while. I want it to move like butter. I want this to move like butter. All right. And you just re-stroke right over it. But it's only, oh, did I just do that one? I meant to do that one. Sorry. All right. So, okay, I'm losing it. All right. So I'm going to get just a little bit on that one side. All right. So here we go. We're right here. We're going to push down, but I still need it on the other side. So I can come right here, push down, and it'll move like butter here and it'll cover it. See, it's still not covering. So I'm going to get my stroke in there again. Then I'm going to pick up medium and work it one more time just on the one corner. So now watch what happens. There we go. All right. Okay. So that's the important thing on flower petals and leaves. If it just quits on you, and that's what people do, they go, look how much paint. How come it still won't work for me? All right. So I'm going to go over here and share with you how I would float on here. Like all these, I had to go in quite often because I don't like having lots of streaks in here. But when you're all done, I come back and float those on top with a whole stroke, but I have plenty of medium, so it moves for me. All right, see all of this? Now I can float just the Prussian blue in here and deepen that. Let me show you that real quick. And bigger brush than you think, okay? So I fit in there. I'm not going to use a 3/4, but I am going to use a 16. All right. And I want a clean plate, so I can't really float over here, but I can bring the blue over here. So that's Prussian blue. I have to wash that back off of the brush. I have a little bit of clean medium there. All right, now look, I'm gonna take and pick up the blue, and we're just on a foam plate. Okay, now there are a couple places on here. All right, now I'm gonna come right along here and put shading in here. Oops, you can't see it. There you go. All right, and then also right along here, all right. So we went from no depth at all in there. Sometimes this is really white and that's really white, and you're like, but I got right here to show. So we did this. So look what happens here. I could come on the canvas is better than on paper, but I could come right there, get you some depth there. And now look at this. You can't even see this leaf right now, but we will. Okay, so we're coming here. Let's get it stronger right there. All right. See how nice? But you still can't see this leaf right here. So look what happens. I can come right underneath this leaf with straight Prussian blue and lift it. When you pull a better stem inside. So can you see that? You just darken it right under there. Okay, so now also look at this one right here. Look at it really good before I start. Even if your stroke's not perfect, look what happens. And look what happens here. I even have a dry spot right there. All right. So see, that one already looks pretty good, but I can kind of put a little bit in here. All right, now this it was tricky because then I flipped the brush with white and just made sure that the dark blue was on the outside. All right, so in here, I could have done that neater. I can come right in here and float some of the darker up. All right, and sometimes you can just use, let's see how I painted it on there to make it look like it rolled? Sometimes if it's just like this right here, see how that flipped over and rolled? I can come right here and go just like this, and it looks like this is rolled over now. But it was really rolled back. And right in here, as long as you got medium on the other side of the brush, I mean, only the tip has the dark blue, then the medium won't mess up the rest of the painting. Okay. All right. And then if you say, oh, I put too much on there, look, I can just take and wipe it right off there. Here again. So this looks okay. But if I take medium and come right there with the Prussian blue again, I can come right from here. And bring it up. So you just need to play around with it a little bit. Right here, I'm going to take a little bit more to there. All right. So I want you to work on seeing how to see, that's how to fix those petals. So it's cleaner, neater. You can see the difference in the two. you can see that that rolled over. And the way I'm doing it with one stroke, it makes it really easy to do that. All right, so I think I still have room on this plate for one more color. I want to get some purple, dioxazine purple. I thought I had that out here. Okay, let's find it. All right, I hope you're learning something from this and you take and watch this video over and you put all the paints out before and you start working on how to make those petals that I guess I haven't opened this yet. I'm just going to put some Prussian blue out. Not Prussian blue, dioxazine purple. Okay, it's a yummy color. All right, now this is a little bit big for this size, so I'm going to go to a 12. But I want you not to think that you're going to use a six or something, okay? But before we finish here, these, I was trying to get a deeper color. But sometimes if you're painting and you go, I can't even see those because I didn't blend like I blended. And this is all kind of light pink, light lavender, and you don't see the different petals. But you stroked everything there. Like I stroked all these, but I'm not seeing them. So um, I might need violet pansy. Some of this is really light. Oh, I think I used the darker there. Okay. All right. So we tap it. We grab the medium. Okay. We're going to start with violet pansy first. And I'm going to come right in here, right in the back. And I'm going to go all the way around there. All right. So then I could take my heat pen and I could dry this a little bit before I do it again. But you're going to go in between these and in between here. Okay. So we're going to get some deeper color in there. But I can also come right here with the medium on my brush and put a little bit more right here. All right, so this just looks a little bit richer, some deeper in the background, okay? Now, let's come over here and use dioxazine purple, the darker purple. One of the things I can do is come right down here, come a little bit in between some of these, and have it a little bit richer than some of these, all right? But let's come right here, and we're going to put a little bit of that purple, dioxazine purple in here. Just giving it a richer touch. All right, and then we'll look right along here. Okay, a little bit more. Let me come right along in here. All right, so see how it just makes it look a little bit richer. So then I decided, oh, I need a little more of that darker purple in here instead of just violet pansy, because this would just be the rich, darker part of the painting, okay, compared to that one. And you might just have a little bit of difference. Now, you saw that this painting is fine without doing that. And you could produce a bunch of them and get your work done, and you might really like it already. But then if you have that piece that you're like, I just want to try and work with this, all right, to make it more. All right, so look, I can come right on top of here with the floating medium and come back and just make that leaf a little prettier. All right, and like this leaf, if I get a little bit of medium, a little bit of dioxazine purple, and just do the outside edge. I only have it on the tip. Okay, and then I'm going to come right here. There we go. Just little bits on the tip right here. You saw how I did it there. I can just do part of it, just one side. Same thing here, just one side. Pull the stem in the middle with the dark. Okay, so the other thing that's kind of fun, we're going to use our floating medium and the purple. Okay, we're going to come right in here. And we're going to come around here. All right, but I can't come in here and come from this side until it dries. So that's when I'll show you. I can't keep going there because I'll mess up that edge. All right, so you hit it with a heat pen, and then you're going to make sure that you're going to come right around here. I'm going to come from here, and then I can go right into there and not mess up what I've already done. Now, the way we're doing it with floating medium makes this so easy to do this. And with a lot of other techniques, this is not easy to do, but we have this beautiful Priscilla Hauser floating medium that she created. And it's part of my whole technique now. If I didn't have floating medium, I would be struggling. So I want you to see, I use it instead of water. I can change my whole flower petal. Then I'm like, ah, I didn't have enough purple. My white didn't work well. It just isn't rich as I want it. You know, I can change that whole petal to make it looks like it rolls over a little bit. Like the white tip rolls over instead of having it straight like that. All right, and then I told last week I told you how we can go around with gray, but I want you to see like a gray background, and then I would float, but I want you to see what happens here, where I can come right in along the outside of this instead of gray. All right, so you can go on and make it richer that way. But what I want you to see is we can also take gray and go along it. So here's me. Wait a minute. Here's some floating medium. Let's get some from over here. Floating medium and some medium gray. Okay, so let's look under here. Right here too. So I can just take it. This is with a 12. You could make this with a 16 too when you're doing backgrounds. So that's just a darker color of the background. And then it looks like it's shadowed, like a shadow from the flowers. So watch this. All right, so this is just medium gray on gray paper. A little bit. All right. And I can come on one side. Let's pick the right side of each one of these leaves. All right, so this on paper you can rub it, but on a canvas you can wipe it totally off if you're not happy. You can try and go, that didn't do much for my painting, so then I can take it off. If you have a base coated canvas that's dry. Okay, so can y'all see that shadow? There we go. So look at it over here, and then look at the depth that we get over here. All right. So one last thing, and I hope that this helps you, but the most important thing to me is that you write me, guys, and hopefully you subscribe already, and you write me on my Facebook Messenger if you can, or Donna Dewberry 1 at Hotmail, and you tell me what is it that you want to see or what helped you. Like, see, I don't like that, so I can wipe it off and I can get a little bit stronger and I can come right in here. So please write and tell me, even if you think I need to do something different to make you be able to learn easier from me. All right. Even better than that. I like to stay with it. All right. I'm going to take a white paper towel because this has got a sealer on it. It doesn't hurt me at all to go do that. All right. So let's come over here while that's drying. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do this up in the air. Let me put it on the book. There we go. Okay. So we're going to come around here and shade. You can come right under here and shade. Now, let me show you why I did that wrong. What I should have done, get my medium and pick up my pink, is I should have started down here because my floating medium is gonna see if I'm under here. You're okay too. All right. But if I took and started here, I'd overlap my floating, have to dry it in between each time. But I'm going to come up here. Oops, I'm shaking. There you go. All right, so then you can get more depth on it. Now, are they fine like that? Yes. Do you want to just put a little bit of shading? Like you can say, let's put a little bit more in here, just at the bottom, and a little bit in there, and a little bit here. Okay, so just that little bit compared to all the lines, to me, that looks a little bit more natural. So have fun with floating. Have fun practicing when to pick up floating medium and when to not pick up floating medium. That was a big question. How do I know how often to pick up floating medium? And it depends on, like, if you're doing something like lots of leaves, you're going to go quite often into floating medium when you're doing leaf after leaf because it's going to run out. So see, I just put a little bit of depth, and you can see sometimes it's better not to outline everything, but just a little bit. All right. Thank you for being on today. Please let me know what you want to see next. Or if you are new and you say, how do I start this one stroke painting right here on Practice Strokes? You could go back and learn how to use the double loader, how to use every single brush, say a 12 flat, a 16 and a 3/4. It will share with you if you put in, I want to paint, learn how to load flat brushes, angle brushes, whatever you want to learn how to do, it's going to tell you if you search it, okay? Or you could just bench, sit there and start benching on what you'd like to learn, okay? Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.